Hey everyone, welcome back. It's August 9th. This is Catching Up with Reality with your host, the Doom Wizard. We have a plethora of topics to cover, but first things first, I'm not going to let my circumstance or interactions dictate my mood or emotional well-being. We'll start with events around the world and then bring it back to our own inner circles. If you aren't aware, tensions are rising in the Middle East, and Japan was rocked by a major earthquake, and Ukraine has gained ground in Russian territory. I am so completely beyond fed up with this election cycle and fully expect this to be our last stable election cycle in the United States of America. The vitriol and angst throughout our society and in a country as a whole, being as polarized as we are, is at limits beyond we can fathom. It may not seem like people are talking about it, but we feel it. You can read the comments, you see the flags, you see the ignorance, denial, anger as a undercurrent amidst our daily interactions. It's sad. Society's in free fall, and the left or the right isn't going to fix our problems. You know this. The level of disconnect between each generation and what is going on within our own inner circles is truly Twilight Zone. I've had a rather difficult morning, like I said. Multiple complaints about petty issues from narcissists who like to bully and peck on you and each other because they have nothing else better to do. I can go down the list of examples of things humans have done throughout our history that fall easily into the category of psychosis, denial, rage, and violence. It's times like these I remember to be calm and reassess who I am as an individual. Because when everything is chaotic and the social contract is broken, the future is non-existent, and no one seems to give a damn about any important issue, it really breaks down the best of us. You have to be a fucking warrior to survive right now. And I applaud you if you have a hobby or skill that takes you to communal events. I think you're doing the best. I mean, really, you can chill. You have the best set of problems in the world. I'm speaking from an American perspective, but it's been brought to my attention that even in other cultures, the level of competition, xenophobia, and inclusiveness is all too present. We are terminally ill. We are the type of species that strands tens of thousands of dogs on an island to try to get rid of them. This happened in Turkey many decades ago. I just learned that this week. So I'm smiling. I'm not going to be a prick or a jerk about all this and bully anybody into thinking this way or that. It requires every single ounce of my patience and spiritual teaching to witness and be involved in this society on the ground floor Main Street with such vitriolic idiots who are flat out in denial. You're aware Hurricane Debbie caused extensive damage in Florida. I recently saw a clip of a man complaining about losing everything and going homeless, meanwhile wearing a Make America Great hat again. Did he know that this man is a climate denier? He just can't cope. Life is suffering. And I take a look at many in my generation and younger, enduring a broken social contract, work hard, be a good person, and you'll get somewhere, is totally not true. You'll get nowhere. I scrolled through my social media profile a few months ago and took a look at where everyone ended up. And most people are either over-leveraged with children, debt, mortgage payments, or in jail, suicidal, depressed. The enemy has ruptured all of our well-being, the rot from the inside out. If you have children and you are blissfully going about your day in ignorance, you choose to be willfully ignorant, you're living in la la land. So I had to break away from my morning and get this recording in. I am exhausted of this electoral system, of capitalism, of clueless morons approaching me, asking me why things are this way when they've been living in this system for so long, like they couldn't tell. As an example, I'll say that they've just opened up a shop across the street that specializes in the same products and services that the shop I work at does, and then they have the audacity to ask me why they opened up that across the street. Have you been anywhere? Have you seen a Home Depot across from Lowe's, Walgreens across from CVS? Because it's capitalism. Where have you been living the past 80 years, boomer? It is the exploitation of workers, the environment, and all things. For the expense and for the need of profit. It doesn't matter. All logic is thrown out the window, including the well-being of you, me, the biosphere, anything. And this week, I went to bed also hot and bothered, trying my best to contain my rage and remember my spiritual teachings that all things are interconnected. When I see YouTube content, where can we start? Don't get me started. We're going there. A user content creator named Maya, M-A-Y-A. You can look her up. She's an environmental conservationist specializing in bugs primarily. She appears to have extensive knowledge of bugs, but meanwhile accumulates hundreds of thousands of views in a sporadic and ADHD format editing content of her vlogging, living her daily life, making incessantly immature humor, quick cuts. It's like someone with Tourette's made her video or is editing it. And no offense to people with Tourette's. But then, to put the cherry on top, she says she enjoys flying and pictures herself flying all over the world, which is in direct conflict with her field of study and her education. I know she's in her early 20s, doesn't hurt that she's really cute and can get away with basically anything, but our culture, and Google in particular, for this matter, is so hell-bent on profit and attention to sell to advertisers that it doesn't care about the well-being of its creators or all life on the planet. And that's a bold statement, I know. But I'm just being real because this is catching up with reality. We're all guilty and victims of our own intertwining capitalist system, and there are so many videos about this now, and there's nothing we can do. We can just continue to be pricks to each other. We can't seem to agree about basic evidence and science. How channels like the ones you and I watch get a couple thousand views, revealing the most dire and sensitive information that pertains to us all. You know, I shouldn't be entitled, and I'm not. I dare not call myself a narcissist, that I am deserving of anything. That I get 50 cents to $1 for every one of these videos I produce. I'm not so sure it's worth it. Sometimes. But then you guys remind me. Some of you are still paying attention. We're living in the hell realm together. So like I said, we're crashing and burning fast. The economic, environmental, political, and social apparatus holding us together is in fucking free fall. You don't need to work in customer service to know this. So this has been Catching Up with Reality. I wish I had more descriptive words to describe the nightmarish hellscape that we've constructed for ourselves across the world, whether you're in Haiti, Switzerland, Japan, Indonesia. We are terminally ill, and America's not that resilient. Just because we have the world's largest supply of firearms and an economic system that gives us prosperity, I see the other way. My eyes are wide open. We're ruined. We destroy everything. And so I appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. I got another climate update in the pipeline. You know, it's difficult if you ever tried reading the headlines with a straight face. This is fine. Have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.